Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Tuesday, May the 23rd. My name is Barry Anderson, the moderator of your room. This is the address to get in, and the room is open between 9 a.m. and up to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I share my screen all day long, get on the mic at 9 o'clock, and the room is 100% free. Okay, well, let's just take a look at this one first. I may get back into this. This is the one that's get on to maybe a 30-minute chart. Might show a little bit better here. Yeah, this is the one I entered here on that day, whatever day that was. That's the 18th. This was a swing trade. Anyway, worked out really well. Took most of it out and got out today. Today, the last part. But what I am looking at right here is, a lot of consolidation right here. And if it popped, maybe over this area, I've been talking about it in the room, maybe 822 into the 820s, especially if there was some volume associated with it, probably would get back in it. I'm not saying I'm going to swing it, but certainly, I mean, you look at this on the intraday, there's a big void here, so its potential could be a trade. All right, let's take a look at some of the other ones. Holly wasn't a bad one. This was actually an alert from yesterday also, DAIO. So this was the Holly alert, 793. I actually took the trade right at $8. So right at $8, got into the trade. Had a nice pop all the way up to 835. I didn't get out all there. I basically sold at 817, 828, and 821. And I saw it had a nice pop up here again, but it's pretty erratic. Even on this is a 5-minute. I actually like trading on the 15s now. It's still it's still not that smooth. So anyway, it worked out okay. I mean, definitely was a nice quick trade, especially on the first part of it. So it worked out all right. This one was a short. I was trying to short this one. This was on earnings, TEDU. Saw this in the or after hours yesterday. I didn't see it after hours, but this was earnings after hours, and so saw this one gapping down because of an earnings play, and so I ended up taking the short right at 1741, right about here, all the way down here. It looked. Oh, it was also that's true. It was also in the high count as a I can't remember what the number was at this point, but it showed up. So not only was it an earnings play, but it also showed up on the high count. It looked awesome. It was going down to 1712. Unfortunately, the spread was bad. There's no way I could have got out at 1712. I was able to cover some at 1723, and then I took a little loss on the last part because, again, the spread was really bad. So, I mean, it was an okay trade, but nothing fantastic. This is sort of my disappointment for the day right now, this CAMT. Now, it is starting to come back, you miserable thing. This is one that I actually decided to swing. I was in this trade this is yesterday. Got in the trade at 540. And looked pretty good. Little pre-market activity right here. It wasn't too bad. But then as it started to fall, I decided to basically get out right where it alerted, right where I bought it, and with the idea that I might get back in. So what happened today? Very a unique day today, in that CAMT actually triggered in 4 different strategies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've seen that happen one time before. We have seen sometimes the same stock will trigger in 3 different strategies. But sorry, at any rate, look what happened. I mean, I got back into this trade right about here. I think it was 556, 554. I got back into the trade at 554. And it looked really good. I mean, You know, I'm not going to even show you the daily chart, but if you look left, I mean, there's nothing until 3 years ago that might stop it, and I don't know how, you know, how much faith I'm going to put in something that happened 3 years ago on this stock today. But it looked awesome. I mean, it was just moving, moving. I thought maybe it could get up to the sixes. I resisted taking anything out, and that's not like me. Usually I would take something out, especially if it was coming back down a little bit. I'd take something out. I just didn't do it. And I actually ended up taking a loss on this one, a 10-cent loss. Got out at 544 right down here. Decided when it broke down through 50, that really got me concerned. So, and look what it got all the way down to 520. Now it is trying to come back. I still will be watching this one. Take a look at it on the daily chart. Still be watching this one. This might be just one of those days, you know, in which it's trying to decide what it wants to do. And so I will keep watching this one because, again, if you look left, if I expand this just a little bit, you know, we're talking about, sorry about that, we're talking about, yeah, January of 2014, so well over 3 years ago. Well over 3 years ago is where we're at the net, you know, highs that we haven't seen before. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on it and see if I want to get back into it. It's just a little bit choppy for me right now. But as I was saying in the room, it reminds me a little bit of what Sorrel was doing. You know, a little bit what Sorrel was doing around here before it decided to really, really jet up here. And what else? Oh, this turned out to be a pretty decent trade, this ICHR. This was actually a Holly trade from yesterday also. And it came on the, again, on the high count alert. I believe it had crossed 100 by this time. And I took the trade at 23.12, just over the whole number. I like that pattern. That's right. We're watching that pattern. I love that pattern right there. I took the trade right here. Little red bar ignored, and almost another one. So you see how we have the uptrend. We have one red bar there, green bar, another red bar, green bar. So you know the sellers are trying to knock it down, but with not a lot of, not a lot of success. So when it popped over that whole number, I decided to take the trade. Got into the trade at 23.12, and got out some at 45. I wish I could say I held it all the way up here, but I did not. And 23.45, 23.57, and 23.40 as it came back down. You know, I should have taken some more out here, but you know, I just didn't do it. But anyway, it turned out to be a nice trade, again, coming from the high count alert. And that, you know, this is one that I did get into. I didn't really announce it in the room. We were watching this one. I think Real pointed it out also. I had this thumbnailed on this break here with this volume. I ended up taking the trade. I scalped it out kind of. I got in at 12.28 and out some at 12.50 something. And but look at this. I mean, my goodness, it just went all the way up to 13. I think they actually had a financing. But look at the daily on this. So you know, this is a couple of days ago. Yeah, a couple of days ago, all the way up to 1460. So anyway, I have to watch it again tomorrow to see what happens. The volume is starting to tail off a little bit after 2 unbelievable volume days. And I think that is about it. I did take something in Trip. Basically got flat on Trip. And LNT, took a little loss on LNT. This was another one of those on the high count. I think I got in right, yeah, I got into this one right up here and over the whole number, and then it just started to move down, took a 10-cent loss. I was looking to get back in actually, you know, because now the count right there, the high count, and understand what we're doing here. These are stocks. I mean, A, for instance, has had 128 new lows. GLYC is at 151 new highs. You know, like tick, 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 151 new highs that are registered. So we're just looking for momentum trades, momentum plays. And, you know, with some filters in place, I want my relative volume to be at least 2. And I think the volume has to be something like 300,000 minimum. And I think I have my count alert has to be at least 33 before it registers in this window. Anyway, that's about it. Not, you know, kind of an iffy day. Basically, the KMT is what kind of messed me up a little bit. I should have taken some out earlier, but I didn't. But I may get back in. You never know. And also the sorrel. Have to really watch the sorrel. I'd love to see get some volume coming in and taking this out, and it may attack that intraday void. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. This is the address to get into the room, and I open the room usually about between 8:45 and 10 to 9 Eastern Time. Get live on the mic at 9. I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.